So I was wanting to talk about Fallout 76, and I was like, well, you know what? If you're gaming YouTube, you have some sort of level of production values, and I don't care. I have well thought out thoughts on this thing that I'm going to talk about, and so if you don't like bad production values, go elsewhere. Otherwise, I think it's kind of really unfortunate that Fallout 76 has NPCs in it. Now, I'm going to throw it out there. It's been a long enough time. It's no longer a hot take. It's sat with me. I don't think I like it. I think that it's good for the game. I think it's good for the community. I think that it brings people in. It's fun to walk around and blow the head off a blood eagle and stuff. But it changes the core philosophy of what Fallout 76 was supposed to be, like the game that the creators wanted to make, right? Which is everybody's a person, and a lot of the things that are happening in the world are emergent properties of things such as scorched virus and the Atomic Mining Corporation doing those, the Atomic Mining Service is doing things, the Vault 94 getting destroyed by the free states and stuff. All of the things that, like, the missions emerged from that, which I thought was kind of cool. And so you can go on one hand, well, everybody's a robot. And you get the White Appalachia, which I still think is the best DLC one they did in the game. All of that stuff was in sheer terror. It's like the end game boss that this quest line is bringing in is essentially somebody years ago created a computer program to turn a protectron to make it think that it's a sheep squatch. That's cool. Also, we shoved a sheep squatches in there as well, right? With the Project Paradise, and that was kind of that made sense, right? For 30 years or whatever it is, underneath the bowels of Arctos Farm, is the Formula P and all that kind of stuff. Makes sense. It's just systems running, kind of like a recursive call, never ends, just stuck in a loop. And I like that. It's a cool idea for a video game, right? Some of that polish is, whatever, doesn't matter. This is years ago. Problems. And because of those problems with the game, any chance that the original idea had of taking root were lost. Because it's not just there are no NPCs, it's that there's no NPCs and the game doesn't really work. And that's harder to come back from than there's no NPCs, but the game's really cool. And look at how cool it works. And you can go, well, as somebody who's played it, you can go, well, it's cool despite all of the problems. But if you could go, well, there's no problems, or there's minimal kind of, the problems were more in line with the median, what you really hope of a launch, or of an MMO kind of a launch to be, rather than kind of in the worst case scenarios, right? Regardless. So the depth of the critical problems with 76, I think it caused an overcorrection, and I think I think that having Vault 79, and having the Secret Service guys, and it's like, well, just about to run out of food. That's cool stuff, and I like it. But the problem comes in stuff where you have Foundation and you have Crater, and it moves by adding in all of these NPCs. First of all, from a production level, the game gets much more expensive to make, right? It is much more, and there's only so much budget you have. There's only so many staff you have. So what are you getting your staff to do? Render discussions and plot out like dialogue and things, or map out dialogue, and then also you have to record it. You have to do all of this. It's a bunch of time, a bunch of money. Or, well, we don't have to worry about talking to a bunch of people. We're still going to have characters to talk. We're going to have all this kind of stuff, but we can focus purely from a mechanical perspective, which is if you look at the Wild Appalachian DLC, you've got encrypted, you've got free range, you have, which is in numerous couple of different locations, and you have Project Paradise. The latter of which, has elements of complexity in the way that you deal with it. I'm still not entirely sure how you're supposed to do encrypted. You just show up, essentially, you put on your energy protection perks, you don't stand on the scorched ground next to the sheep squatch, and if you do all of the pylons, you die. Just there. That's it. Kind of weird. Just hope that the DPS people finish it off, and that you don't die and get a loading screen because you die just as the event finishes. That's all we have. But it's still cool. It's freaking ridiculously awesome, right? You got the fucking Mr. Handy's, not the Mr. Handy, the fucking Mr. Gutsies and shit coming in. It's ridiculously cool, and the mechanics of it, as I said, it's cool. If you look at all of Wastelanders, there are some really cool mission ideas. The creating motherboards, neural network, like going through the tunnels and stuff, like things like just magnificent. That's cool level design and stuff. But like, and in things like Wild Appalachian, a lot of it's, you go to the computer terminal and you read, you got to move on, and so it's just, here's more information. Having, in that motherboard mission, for example, having the discussion with, this is if you choose to side with the settlers, the raiders kidnap Penny Hall Knight. You get to have that discussion with them. There's flavour in choices that we make, and it's cool and it's good, and I don't hate that. I just wish it wasn't 76. I wish that was a different thing, because I'd be fascinated to know where the game would be if not for NPCs, right? Like what was, like, Nuclear Winter to me has always seemed like it's a kind of like that we're taking the nuclear option as a company on the game, right? Which is to say, we're going to completely and totally change the design philosophy of the game to be able to implement NPCs, right? There's a lot of iteration that goes in that. Things like Meat Week, Graham starting around, spawning stuff, right? Those are the kind of things that you require once you bring in NPCs. And so, you can see that iteration building towards where they're going. But it's interesting to see what they would have iterated towards, like what kind of things they would have liked to do. Like a Colossal Problem, for example, is a event very well suited to the old base game. Outside of the fact that Earl comes, like he's a settler and stuff, it is very easy to just have him, like, once you get into the cave, doesn't matter anymore. You're just there to do fun things. And so, yeah, that's just another Scorch Beast, right? It's just, weird mutation-y stuff, and then you fight it. And its mechanics. And be interesting to see, because I think a lot of those resources would have gone into a second raid, and bring back Vault 94, because that I wish I could be gaining the score, running the raid. That would be nice. But alas, I don't know. And especially the Brotherhood thing, right? Like we've got this community event where we rebuild Atlas Observatory, which is, granted, not in a location that I've gone to enough. It had a cool lore in it, which was like, I wonder how they're going to develop this later on in the game, because there seemed to be cut content around like what they were doing at Atlas Observatory, and now that's gonna be interlinked in, hopefully, some of that content, we would assume, with the Brotherhood of Steel, and maybe that's what they were going to do. We don't know, because it's a black box. Bethesda is a behind the scenes black box, because they seem to treat their workers well enough to maintain the discipline. People don't kind of censure Jason Schreier. And so, anyways, I think it's unfortunate. We don't know what 2021 is going to hold. There are these daily expeditions, which could function as, content similar to the raids, or re-implementation of the raids. It's like, here's a bunch of high-level content, and we'll change it every day, and throw it into a different server, so you don't have to worry about the problems with instancing the raids in public service and instability. And that could be cool. And that could be, that return of that in-game content, and that more kind of that build focused, like by putting all of this time into developing a main story on Wasteland, instead of putting all this time into, let's develop a whole bunch of events that you can just grind repeatedly. The content, the new content, and the time and the opportunity cost, I think, is very unfortunate, because the game before Wastelanders came out, man, it was popping. Like, you could log on and there were things to do. It's like, you give me pre-Wastelanders and a colossal problem with a holotape, and I just splooge, right? That's amazing. What are you gonna do? It's unfortunate. Anyways, this is a hot take, as I said, off the cuff, but I've been thinking about this a bit. I have no solutions, I have no information, and it's unfortunate. But unfortunately, the way content creation works is, apparently you have to build yourself up a big enough platform for people to take you seriously, and then you can essentially become a terrorist, not literally, but in terms of the way that some of the content creators work. It's there. So what are you going to do, right? The Division 2 with Marco Style, like, ultimately, even like, he's got a whole bunch of old Division 2 videos, right? They ban him from Division, he deletes all those videos for spite. They lose something, he loses something, so they're kind of stuck in this, like, symbiotic relationship over a live service game. And if you built up an audience, you can say things and have your opinion match. You can go in the Reddit and complain, and obviously that has varying degrees of success. But I wanted to kind of just talk this out and think about it in a rational way. Hopefully throw it out into the world. Maybe people agree with me. Or disagree with me. Have critiques. Anyways. Save Vault 94. Like and subscribe. Almost heaven.